Called me an outlaw, called me a dreamer, but said I would change as I aged and grew old.
I'm Edward Horgan, I'm chairperson of Veterans for Peace Ireland, and here beside me we have Kenneth Myers and Tarak Kauff, both members of Veterans for Peace United States and Veterans for Peace Ireland. They're here because on last Patrick's Day they went into Shannon Airport to attempt to search a US plane carrying US troops to the Middle East. They were arrested and have been prevented from going home to their families in the meantime. This will be their third occasion before the High Court. Their bail conditions initially included their passports being surrendered, so they are not allowed to return to the United States. This should have been resolved months ago. They have already been here, I think it's about 8 months at this point. More than 8 months. This is, in my view, a clear example of punishment before trial. They are not criminals, but they are being treated like the most heinous of criminals. They carried out a peace action at Shannon Airport as members of Veterans for Peace. In particular, the Code of Conduct for Veterans for Peace is very strict and very much based on non-violent peace actions, not in any way involved in criminality. What's happening at Shannon Airport isn't gross breach of international law, gross breach of Irish neutrality. Hopefully today we will have a good decision in the High Court.
We're very hopeful that the judge will see the injustice of holding us longer awaiting trial. Sergeant O'Hagan, who in effect is a plaintiff in this case, is resisting the change in bail, but the public prosecutor is not going to be presenting or receiving evidence from Sergeant O'Hagan that would support his claim that we're a flight risk. So there's no reason why the judge shouldn't rule in our favor. But of course, that's the judge's decision to make. If he rules in our favor, we'll be going home as soon as possible to celebrate Christmas with our families. If he doesn't rule in our favor, then we'll be planning some more walks throughout Ireland.
Thanks. Well, we've been here for more than 8 months now, but we don't feel that the time has been wasted. We would like to go home. We would like to get our passports back. Hopefully, I'd like to get home by Christmas. If we don't get our passports back, we will continue doing what we're doing, being in solidarity with the Irish cry for neutrality, with the Irish cry here for justice.
Maybe just to finish up and explain why Irish neutrality is important, we are investigating at the moment. Last year in July and August, 50 armoured vehicles were taken to Shannon Airport on a Ukrainian plane. They were taken from the United States, from I think Bangor Airport. They were Lincoln Bearcat armoured vehicles. Some of them have since been seen in Syria, and they had been used to make war in Syria against the Syrian people and create divisions in Syria. This is only just one small example of the breaches of Irish neutrality that's happening at Shannon Airport. Ken Myers and Tarak Kauff have just gone into the High Court, where their case will be heard very shortly. We are cautiously optimistic, I'd say slightly more than 50% in my case. We'll know probably within the hour what the verdict is, and either way we owe a huge debt of thanks so far to what Ken and Tarak have been doing, and we'll see how it goes over the next hour. Great news, Ken and Tarak have got their passports back. The High Court amended the bail conditions, so hopefully in the next week or so both of them will be flying back. They will be home for Christmas. They won't make Thanksgiving, but we are very thankful that the High Court eventually belatedly has allowed them back to their families in the United States. Congratulations, Ken. Congratulations, Tarak. The judge did initially intend that they should come back for each of the preliminary hearings, which could mean up to a dozen hearings before the trial. Thankfully, the barristers did manage to get that amended, they would only need to come back for preliminary hearings if the court requires them to. So in effect, they probably will only need to come back shortly before the trial. So that's quite a good result also.
And
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's going to be a great Thanksgiving, even though we're not home.
Yeah, and we're thankful for today, and we're thankful for every day that we've spent in Ireland.
So it's a question of free at last, free at last.
Good.
Give me a look at them passports.
And let's continue to resist.
Absolutely. And
It's also important to remember these are not two criminals. They're here to try and prevent criminality and to protect human rights. This is what it's all about, and we will continue to resist the abuses that are going on to Shannon Airport and to promote and protect human rights.
He's going to miss walking around Ireland.
yeah, actually.
We can wait until spring.
Yeah, that's right. We can wait until spring.
And thanks to everyone who's given them tremendous support over the last 9 months.
We have a lot of gratitude and a lot of appreciation.
Great hospitality.
And we totally mean that. And we're not just being polite. But the people here in Ireland have just been tremendous. And the support has been incredible. And the solidarity. And I will never forget that.
Called me an outlaw, called me a dreamer. They said I would change as I aged and grew old, that the memory would fade of the things I had